Hey, good afternoon. Good evening to a special edition of the closing argument. Uh, Tonight, we have as our first segment uh, the Association of the Firestone Association in the Americas. The official of AFIRA will be our first segment guest tonight for the next hour and a half. Tonight, we have the national president of AFIRA, Mr. Samuel S.S. Kier, is the first, and also uh, the Region 1 committee member, D. Gofa Kier, the second. And I know the board chair should be, I don't know where is Reverend Warner. Oh.
He, he's trying to log in. I just got off the phone
Okay,
with him.
okay. Yeah, but so we have the FIRA officials here. The two one or two of the most important people, including the board chair, will be joining us later. I want to welcome my own friend and brother, my childhood friend. We started kindergarten together, and today we are still friends. All our lives, we have known each other. Our parents know each other all their lives too. But we are the one now carrying the legacy of our parents. Mr. Samuel S.S. Kier is the national president of the Association of Firestone Residents in the Americas, AFIRA, and the Honorable Comrade Leader D. Gofa Kier II. He's one of our most powerful members. You'll hear from him tonight, and you'll hear what he has been doing over the years for AFIRA. Gentlemen, welcome to the closing argument.
Thank you so much, my dear brother and friend. As you've indicated, we have a lifelong friendship, and I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you very much for having us. We look forward to a fruitful discussion.
Okay, let's get started. Today's a lot of things happening, so everybody watching because of the other news today. But Ali Afira will take the news, will hit the lead tonight before we bring the other show on, which will be the next hour and a half. But let's talk about Afira. Tell us about Afira. People who watching the show from in Liberia and in the U.S. across the world want to know what is Afira all about. Tell them about Afira, Mr. President.
Thank you so much again, my dear brother and friend. Comrade brother, it's a delight to be on your very widely read and watched show, The Closing Argument, where substance is reported and no conspiracy theories are entertained. So I'm really, really delighted to be here. We appreciate the invitation and your willingness and your support in marketing and advertising the Great Firestone Get Together that is coming this weekend in Richmond, Virginia. Afira, TG, you saying something? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
So
you heard.
the idea that has culminated today into the Association of Firestone Residents in the Americas was rather conceptualized back in Minnesota. We were just a little, history of the founding. We were at the funeral of a senior brother, blessed memories, Morris Davids, and many of us attending our funeral from Firestone and its surroundings uh, started to talk among ourselves. It's been a while. I can't remember all of those are at the funeral, but a lot of people who have their roots, their origin, their heritage in Firestone were at that funeral. And it was a sad event. It was a sad situation. And the notion was going around, do we just meet and get together when we have these sad events, a funeral? Or the children of Firestone, we have a good number now in the United States and other parts of North America. Do we organize ourselves so that we can have other opportunities to celebrate, happy moments as well, graduations and weddings and come together at least once a year under the auspices of our association and have maybe a reunion or what we call a national convention. So that seed was conceptualized at our funeral. Then it germinated into what we call AFIRA today in July of 2008. Here in Minnesota, again, while Minnesota does not lay claim to the concept, but the parturition, the birth of AFIRA took place here in Minnesota in July 2008. And now, many years later, 17 years later, we remain a viable organization as worth its salt. And we will discuss later, but that's just how AFIRA started 17 years ago at the funeral of our senior brother, peace be unto the ashes, Morris Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Kier. That's the national president of AFIRA, Mr. Samuel Kier. I just see the chairman of the National Advisory Board. Welcome, Reverend Warner. This is the chairman of our National Advisory Board, Reverend George Warner. And these are all the powerful people from AFIRA. They are on tonight, so please get ready and hear what AFIRA has been doing over the last 17 years.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We'll give you the chairman of the board, and then Mr. Daniel Kier the opening comments before we start to get the questions going. So, Mr. Board Chair,
thank you, Mr. Tomalin, George. I certainly appreciate that. My Firestone brother, it's good to be here. I'm Reverend George M. Warner, the chair of the advisory board of the Association of Firestone Residents in America. As you all know, we are here to share with the entire world, those who are watching, about our convention and what we've been doing as children from Firestone. You all know Tomalin himself is one of those from Firestone. So it's an opportunity to be on your show this evening.
Mr. D. Gofar Red Kier, the introduction.
Again, as I earlier stated, it's an honor to be here. We've come tonight to basically discuss why we who were born on the confines of the Firestone Plantations Company, those who work for Firestone, those who've transited through Firestone, those who are committed to national development that have become part of the AFIRA umbrella. We've come tonight to basically explain to our folks our own commitment to giving back. And so we are delighted to be here tonight. I'm here in dual capacity. I'm here deputizing for the chair lady for the AFIRA 2025 convention that is slated to take place this weekend in Richmond, Virginia. The chair lady is Mrs. Bawa Brand. She's the chair. I'm deputizing for her in that capacity tonight. We'll lay out what is expected this weekend. And then I'm also here on the side of the project committee, the committee that has been instrumental through the current gesture of the Firestone children in giving back to where we were all born. So it's a delight to be here tonight, and we look forward to a fruitful discussion.
Great. Mr. President, most times people hear about these our community organizations, and there are a lot of issues involved, the politics involved. They are always going back and forth. But I want you to tell the people about AFIRA, how far AFIRA has come, and what have been the challenges and where we are today. For me, I can proudly say that AFIRA, as far as I'm concerned, I think is second to none when it comes to Liberian organization that is transparent, that is well organized, well led, and they have an objective and a purpose. I can say without any doubt. I want you to say more about AFIRA, so the people listening can know what AFIRA is all about and all be happening this weekend in Virginia.
Thank you so much again, my dear brother. Like you correctly indicated, the growth and maturation of any organization, or even nation states or even families, is not a linear process. So we've had our own share of obviously disagreements and challenges, but my dear brother and friend, like you correctly indicated, AFIRA has, like I said, from 2025, 17 years of its existence. And let me be very, very clear that we stand on the shoulders of our previous leadership. This association has survived, has stood the test of time because of the commitment, because of the dedication, and quite frankly, the sacrifices of so many people. Our previous leadership, my brother and friend Arthur B. Welwyn, my sister Blair Warner, Diana Sinu, James Garguah, Elizabeth Garguah, Reverend Winston Dixon, and the list goes on. Elvira Williams, because when we started, it was a transitional leadership back in the days, and again, we've come full circle. So our very, very inaugural convention in Minnesota in 2008, Reverend George M. Warner was elected because of the confidence that we had in his absence. And so, my dear brother and friend, Mr. George, we've had our fair share of challenges. But in spite of that, today I can say unequivocally and unarguably that AFIRA is one of its kind, a community organization that has stood the test of time. And obviously, many community organizations that have the challenges of, infighting and politics and money matters. We have been very, very blessed to have transcended all of those challenges and fully exist today. And maybe as the discussion progresses, we will let our listening audience know, and your while listen to a program, our audience, our members who are tuned in on the kind of investment that we have made in our common heritage, our common the place we all call home, born and raised in Habel Firestone and its surroundings. So again, yes, I concur with you 100%, my dear brother. AFIRA is one of its kind. It has stood the test of time, and we still have greater things to achieve. And this weekend in Virginia, in Richmond, Virginia, will be the second time that this association will be having a peaceful transfer of power. When my peers, so this association is blessed with all competent people. Every one member of AFIRA has the competence, the ability, the knowledge, the skill to lead the association. But when I was blessed on July 10th of 2021 to ascend to the helm of this leadership, it was because my peers, not for us among equals, my peers entrusted me with the leadership. And it was a peaceful transition from the Welwyn administration to the Care administration. And this weekend in Richmond, Virginia, at the Great Firestone Get Together, in the business meeting, we will have another peaceful transfer of power with no qualms, no infighting, and no hard feelings.
Mr. Bochair, Advisory Bochair, we just listened to the president. What will you tell the public that have been your achievement under this under your administration, this present administration that is presently about to transition? What have been your major achievement?
Thank you for asking that question. Just as all of us alluding to, serving as advisory board chair, I think the president Sameh Care alluded to that when we started initially. I was one of those who were elected as president. And when I left the office, I served as project chairperson, and then now serving as advisory board chair, and we'll be leaving this coming weekend for others to take over. But to answer your question, um, we have, and the president will allude to that, and the project chair will allude to that. We felt that as an organization, it was not just about our coming, and we're being all over the U.S. for our convention, as you said. We're meeting this weekend. It's not just coming together and just jolly, have fun and what you call it, and go away. But we thought about giving back to our community. And so under my leadership as the advisory board chair, and with all of our members, we started a project, and the president will talk about that. As I said, the project chair. So we've constructed a library. We had an annex at Cotton Tree, and we send continual medication for hospitals around the area. We've been to Liberia on several occasions in the past, taking, because we heard about the Dude River overflowing other places. We have sent life jackets and things like that under my leadership. But to just even feel that, and a lot of us have been going back to Liberia. I was there this gone April, knowing that my term is coming to be over as advisory board chair. I went to inspect the work that we're doing there. Sam being there, Daniel also being there. So to answer your question, we have a library that's constructed. We have things going like the annex. Those are some of the things to just name few, Mr. Tomalin George.
But quickly, before I get to Mr. Daniel Kia, Mr. President, people will ask, you talk about library, what's the cost of the library? To build a library in Liberia, especially, what it costs Afira to build such a library?
Thank you again, Mr. George. It's not cheap. I can tell you that much. So again, we're delighted to have the chair of the project committee. I know you've seen the work capacities, but the physical infrastructure of the library was around $110,000 US. And in terms of equipment, in terms of accessories and furniture, we are talking now in the neighborhood of $200,000, because we have an entire solar system as a continuous improvement to that physical infrastructure. So now we can say, and because of the second to none members that we have in Afira, we have 24/7 electricity at the library. We've invested in Starlink internet connectivity. And so when you put all of that together, the infrastructure, the accessories, the furniture, the equipment, AC, we're talking around $200,000. And I'm very, very, very delighted to report that 99.99% of those fundings for the library, and like the chair of the board correctly indicated, we are building a high school annex. Because in our 2024 convention in Minnesota, the members thought it was a misalignment to have a modern learning center. We've transcended the whole terminology of a library. We have a modern learning center in Cotton Tree. And on the campus where that modern learning center is situated, it's a junior high school. So again, just in the interest of reaching back and giving back to our community, our members in 2024 in the business meeting said, this is a misalignment, Mr. President. This is a misalignment executive committee. This is a misalignment advisory board members. We need to elevate the junior high school to a high school level. So when we factor in our ongoing construction, we can say proudly that during the duration of the existence of our association, we might have invested almost $1 million into our country, generally and specifically into the community that we call home, Firestone and its surroundings.
That's a lot of money. Mr. Daniel Kovac-Kia, you have been the brain behind this library project. And honestly, let me say to the public, to the over 200 person watching the show now across, let me say this. Maybe I'll be biased, but I will tell you this. When it comes to someone who is result oriented, someone who will get the job done, is my senior brother D. Gofare Kie the second. I want him to tell us about this project, why it took him to have completed this project. Because many times people send money to Liberia to do projects. We are told about mismanagement of the money, misappropriation, but you made several trips to Liberia to get this project done. And anybody who, when you go into Cotton Tree, you go into what Basso Way, you stop and you see the Afura Library, you won't believe it. But there's the man who was the brain. When I say the brain, he was the focus point, leading the effort to get a library done. Tell us about that project, please.
Thank you very much. It's not just Daniel K. Have been a team effort, and so I am just the guy who's the frontal, the one who's been ahead of the process. But it's a team effort. My team is made of Brother David Kangba, the sister Mabel Lapie, Masakwe, Vero Sinu, and Molu, Augustine Molu. That have been the team that have been working with on the able leadership of Reverend Warner and President Kier. And so our strategy have been quite very simple, my dear brother Timothy. When the project was conceptualized, we decided to go the route of getting contractors. And so I won't call names of the contractors, but we got various quotes. The first quote we got for the construction of the library was $400,000. The second quote we got was around $100,000. When I say the library, I'm talking about the superstructure. So superstructure meaning basically the concrete, building up the concrete wall, casting the floor, roofing, and so that's the superstructure. And so Brother Kangba, myself, and others got together and told the president and the vice board chair, look, it is not advisable or it's not feasible to build this project knowing our financial situation because our entire project is member driven. And so our resources come from the very kind-hearted folks who are both from Firestone and those who are committed to national development who have identified with us in this process. So we don't have that reservoir of resources and things to be able to hire a contractor. So the idea we came up with was like, look, we will get a general contractor. The general contractor will do the physical work, and then we will purchase the material, and we'll monitor every step of the way. So the construction was done in phases. So we decided to drop the entire construction into phases. And so as phase one, we started with the foundation and then filling up of the foundation, casting the foundation. And so that was the process we followed because owing to the fact that there are a lot of frustration on the home front when you dove off money to contractors, there's always a tendency for prices to be inflated because you're not physically on the ground. And so what we decided among ourselves was to do the construction in phases. And so we succeeded in doing that so that whenever materials was needed, there's a faithful and committed librarian brother called Joe Lackey. This is the financial guru that is behind us. Brother Lackey was the one who was the custodian of our resources. So our Mingo resources were sent to Brother Lackey. We discussed with Brother Lackey specifically what was needed for this phase, and those materials will be purchased and delivered on the campus. The contractors will pick up those materials and go forward with the construction. So we have Brother Bondo, who have done excellent work. Godfrey Bondo was on the ground when the project started. Brother Arce Logan, and then peace be to his arches, Alex Moba, who was our resident engineer. Alex passed on, and he was extremely helpful in the process. So to make this story quite size it up in just one word, we rely on a couple of people, Brother George. We rely on Brother Lake, who was the financial guy. We rely on Brother Bono, George Godfrey Bono. We rely on the late Alex Moba, and then Brother Logan. And that's how the superstructure got constructed. And so the library assistant and the president, the board chair, really stated initially when it was completed, as it stands currently, we have invested close to $200,000 already, meaning both superstructure, equipment. So we talking in terms of full-fledged solar panel. We're talking about laptops in the digital computer system we try to set up, and now to boost up the library, we have Evelyn that is providing 24 hours internet services to the library and the surrounding. So the next phase of the project, and as the president stated, when one was there, when was dedicating the library, and it's sad that the community we come from, the Cotton Tree area, you got pretty close to 20,000 and some more people from the Farmington area to the Firestone end, and there was no high school. And in their plea to Chairman Warner and President Kier, the student population clearly stated that, look, after junior high school, if you can afford, you have to take motorbike from here to Habermas. If you cannot afford it, that's the end to your educational journey. And so it behooves us as children of Firestone and those who are committed to giving back. The directive was given to my committee to start what we call prospecting in the engineering firm. We started the prospecting for the construction of a high school annex. So currently, as it stands, we have, I shared the photos with you. We have a 5 classroom annex that is being constructed that is currently at roof level. And the annex entails 3 classrooms, so that's 10, 11, and 12. And then we have, our intention is to also have a science lab, and that science lab entails biology, chemistry, and physics. And then the last room is going to be home art. We're trying to not only empower the students there, I think we want to include the locals in home economics, giving them some skill. So that last room is going to be home art and the technological lab, where additional computers will be placed outside of the library, so that those in the community, I think, can become computer illiterate. So that's the commitment we have and the directive we have from our members through the leadership team of Reverend Warner and Brother Kier. And so those are the instructions that I have. And my team is making sure that every dime or every penny that is put into this arrangement is fully accounted for, and we are committed to doing that.
So, if anyone who visits the library, you compare the library to be like a library, a modern library with all the accessories, with everything that's necessary in a library is in a library, and you can go there any time of the day, and you can have access to like you said, they have everything and so forth. If somebody go to Habel now, go to Cotton Tree area, want to go to the library, they should not worry. They can have would they be allowed free or charge, or there's a fee for them to access the library?
No, the library is for the community. It's free of charge. We don't. My bosses can correct me. I don't have any directive of asking anybody for a brass dime. We maintain the staff. The staff at the library is fully. They are fully paid by the kind-hearted member of Afrira. So we have a staff of about 5. We got 3 security. We have an administrator, and then we have a custodian who takes care of the physical surrounding of the library.
So, Mr. President, people are asking, it's not an easy thing to have a full-time staff in Liberia to pay the salaries and to also operate a modern library. A modern library. I think I'm sorry they have the pictures of the library, but the pictures of the present construction will be put up soon. But We have pictures of the library so we can put it up, people can see it. But what it takes to have a full-time staff and to have a modernized library, I mean, like can be compared to any library in the U.S. too. What it takes to do it.
Indeed, my dear brother, Mr. Josh, it's expensive. I mean, that's just the nutshell. That's the summary. It's expensive, and like the chair of the PC correctly alluded. Look, we've been paying the staff at the library that is comprised of 5 personnel. We have the library administrator. We have 3 securities. Again, for those of our members and people who are familiar with the Cotton Tree Barclay Farm area, it is not necessarily the community that we left there, grew up in, or raised in. So at all times, even during the daytime when school is in session, we have 2 security on hand, and we have the custodian to ensure that the facilities are kept clean and sanitized. But we've been paying the staff, again, my brother, through the sacrifices, the generosity of every time when I get this opportunity, the second to none members of the Association of Fires and Residents in the Americas. The record is there, the record is clear. I have said over and over again, anyone desirous of being a leader, strive to be the leader for the Firestone children because it make you look good. It's expensive, but we've been paying our staff regularly, continuously, at the expense of the generosity of the members of the Association of Firestone Residents in the Americas. Is it sustainable? Maybe not, but we also have modalities and other considerations that we are making to ensure that we derive some revenue to continue to maintain our staff and to pay them. But let the war go forth. Let the war go forth, that all of our activities, all of our projects that we've undertaken in Liberia, continuity from our previous administration to this administration, but none of those could have been possible without the dedication, the commitment, and the sacrifices of the members of the Association of Fires and Residents in the Americas. 99.99% financed by members. We've had the blessing to have, some good gesture from the community, from some of our friends, from some of our donors, but we're taking care of all of that out of our own pockets as members of AFIRA.
Mr. Butcher, we have almost 400% watching us right now live across Liberia, in and out of America. Tell us what happened in Richmond this weekend. I know that's your home state, and I'm sure a lot of goodies is in the bag for us. Tell us, people listening, maybe some residents want to attend. Tell us what happened in Richmond this weekend.
I'm glad you asked a question, Mr. George. And it's just sitting here is so surreal because what an opportune time that we have in our convention that we will be turning over the hands of power to the next court of leadership in my home state in Virginia, especially Richmond. It's exciting. So what are we doing? So every convention, when we're anywhere in Minnesota, we decided to have this in this region. So we decided to have it in Richmond, Virginia. We've been planning since then. As Mr. Daniel Kier alluded to, our chairperson is Mrs. Mawa Bryan is not on this evening, but Daniel will be speaking about that. But we've been planning. As you all know, Virginia, we are the state of lovers, and we're excited that you all are coming. Even if you're not planning to come, I will encourage you to get on Greyhound or whatever it is and come over the weekend. We're going to make it bigger and better. That's the stuff we use in AFIRA. We're going to make it bigger and better. So we have a whole lot of things coming up. Let me just give a backdrop. People coming on Friday. It's a meet and greet. And then on Saturday, we have our business session. Then in the evening, we have our ball. And then we have our on Sunday cookout. But when we gather, for those who do not know, and we're preparing our pockets, our purses, our checkbooks when we gather during our fundraiser. Just as the president and the project chair and Tomalin, Mr. George, you are aware of that. We empty our pockets, we empty our purses. And as we say, the president is saying, and I'm saying, for our turning over this time, leaving the office, I'm inviting everyone who listens to us who can get to Richmond. We're going to let money waste. You didn't hear me. We're going to empty our pockets. The children from Firestone are going to empty their pockets. And we're going to turn over to the elected leaders who will be taking over to have some money. You just heard the president alluding to the fact that we have 5 staffs that we are paying from out of our pockets. And I want to thank God for the leadership of Mr. Kier for the 2 terms you served. One of the things I want to say with regard to this convention is that, please, if you're not been to any of our convention from Firestone, please come. It's a time to reconnect. It's a time to just reflect and to be grateful and humble about where God has taken us from. Children of Firestone, we never thought I would be in this part of the world in America. But God has been gracious to us to bring us to this spot. So that when we are giving, we give out of gratitude. When we're giving, we give out of appreciation for God's goodness in our life. When we're giving, that's why you heard us from the initial stage. We are not politicking. We are not politicking. We don't fight in our fear because we're all brothers and sisters. So, Mr. George, to answer your question, come on, we have all the goodies. Come on, we're going to empty our pockets and our purses. If you come in, you want to be stingy, you can come, but when we're giving, we're going to be in a giving mood. So come, we will be excited and having a great time this weekend.
Mr. D. Gofa Renkier, you member of the planning committee, tell us what's happening on Friday, what we're going to wear on Friday, what we're wearing on Saturday, what we're wearing on Sunday, and tell us what will happen. Give more details. Get you on the planning committee. The board chair, he's way up there, so you'll just report to him. But you give the details of what's happening and what we'll be wearing on that day.
So on Friday is jeans and African. That will be for the meet and greet. That starts at 7 p.m.
African top?
Yes. So African top with jeans on. That will be for the Friday event. So the Friday event starts at 7. It runs from 7 until 12 midnight. And then on Saturday, folks are supposed Saturday during the business session. You know our usual tradition, folks. The business session starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's election year, so folks are required to be fully attired in their Afura t-shirt and Afura caps. So this year, part of the package, we have caps, we got t-shirts, we got various souvenirs. We got a lot of souvenirs this time around. So your bag is going to have a lot of goodies in it. And so the dress code for Saturday morning is your t-shirt and wawa pants you want to wear. I think that would be the dress code for Saturday morning. Then comes Saturday evening, the dinner ball. It's going to be the dinner ball and the former tenure of office by the outgoing leadership. And so we expect people to be fully attired, business, African, or whatever the case may be, but you got to be fully attired. And after the program, we're going to book it until sunset. And then on Sunday morning, those who believe in the comrade above us all, the same comrade, the Almighty God, who after celebrating on and taking some other beverages on Saturday, those who can be able to make it to the confines of the religious establishment, we encourage you to do that on Sunday morning. And after the church service, we will all assemble in the park. And we'll be there until 7 o'clock in the evening when the park closes. And then we have after hour. After the park, folks will be encouraged to go to the home. I think Reverend know the details concerning that, but that'll be announced in the park. So after the park event, people will be encouraged to go for the after hour at the home of another brother who's a Reverend. At his residence, that's where the after hour will take place. But so that's just the official protocol for this weekend. But I wanted to add my little 2 cents to what my boss, Reverend Warner, and President Kier stated. This is where we raise money for all of our projects. And so we want to encourage anybody who was from Division 45, from all of the division, including Harbour Hill, Smell Otis, Dodostown, Peterstown, Kehleboe Town, Orange Grove, wherever you come from. Join us this weekend, because what we do is that we give back to where we come from. We don't ask for any other helping hand to the community. All we try to do is to try to empower our brothers and sisters. If we want a better society, and think we must be able to invest into the future. Our whole game plan is to make sure that our brothers and sisters are adequately prepared and think to assume the necessary leadership of our country. To do so, we must invest into the future. And that's why we have dedicated the entire lessman of Afura is to give back to the needed community, and we are committed to doing so. So this weekend, come prepared to give. What little you can give, I think, will be greatly appreciated, because we need to complete the annex. The annex is now at roof level. We've been getting a lot of passionate appeal. People want the annex. They want the annex to be open this coming school year that begins in September. And that can only happen if we raise the necessary resources to roof the annex. So we need funds to purchase plank to do the roofing. We need funds to purchase zinc, corrugated sheet, as we call it in the engineering world, corrugated sheet for the annex. We need funds and things to purchase doors, chairs, and stuff for the annex. So please come to Virginia this weekend, and all of those surrounding area names that I stated, come to Virginia, make your contribution. Those in Habel will be coming your way. We greatly our appreciation highly. We greatly appreciate our brothers and sisters in Firestone, especially those who are part of the Firestone Descendant Association, who have been very, very gracious in all of our efforts on the home front. And then the Association of Firestone Alumni, I think they got a new arrangement. They made a contribution towards the construction of the annex. So we want to encourage everybody to continue to give back. It's all we have to do. We got to make sure that we can do our best to be able to uplift our brothers and sisters in Firestone.
So people are asking me how much the package for the convention, like how much it cost for it, how much the cost for the convention, like members and non-members. They are asking me.
So those who are members and things, the convention package, the fees and everything is $150. So that $150 takes care of your sitting fee, takes care of your souvenir program, takes care of your t-shirt, your caps, and all of the accessories and all the feeding. So you'll be fed Friday, you'll be fed Saturday, and you'll be fed on Sunday. So the $150 you pay takes care of all of that. And then for non-members who want to come and grace the occasion, for single is $30, and for couple is $50.
Okay, before I go back to the president, so somebody say if they want to attend, they want to join this weekend. Where would it take them to join this weekend, to join the association this weekend?
We don't have, our organization is not bureaucratic in its nature. So we straightforward. All it takes is that you come in, you get the registration done, you pay your registration fees, and then you pay your dues. So our due here at Afura is $10 per month. So the financial team will tell you what if it's going to be probated or what is going to be done. They will tell you that details. But on the surface, it's $10 a month for the membership due, and then there's a registration fee that you pay, and then once the financial team approves that, the secretariat will go ahead and grant you access to the WhatsApp page, and you fully become a member. If I left anything off, my bosses will add to that, where we want as the chair and President Kier. But that, as far as I'm concerned, that's the path we follow to gain membership to Afura.
Okay, just in case you want to call to ask any questions to the officials, for if you're in Liberia, you can call the 231-777-649-986. If you're around the world anywhere else, the US, the WhatsApp number is 856-676-5136. You can call and they can answer your questions. Mr. President, most organizations, Liberian organizations especially, the problem that always caused the issue is the money. And people are asking, how transparent is AFIRA when it comes to the budget, of the funds that members paid, and like how much in I mean, you don't have to give your bank balance, but just to give an overview of the kind of money AFIRA have raised over the years, especially during your administration. Can you share with the public?
Absolutely. Again, thank you, my dear brother. So again, like my other two dear friends and officials have stated, this has been really a matter of continuity. But you are absolutely right, and I alluded to that in my initial comments. Part of the challenges that we have in Liberian organizations really revolve around politics and money, lack of accountability, lack of transparency, and quite frankly, people don't want to be held accountable. So when people raise critical questions, then they feel offended. AFIRA has been blessed since its founding in 2008 July. And my dear brother, Mr. George, as you well know, you are our witness as well. If we combine all of the investments we've made in our country, we're talking almost $1 billion. And all of those monies have really been, again, like I said, from the pockets of our members and some goodwill gesture. So financial transparency has been a hallmark in AFIRA. In fact, in many of our monthly meetings, when the financial team releases our financial update, our financial balance, really, and my other two members here and the listening public and members who are tuned in can correct me if I'm wrong. Rarely do we even have questions on our financial reports. So our bank accounts have 3 signatories, obviously the president, the financial secretary, and the treasurer. But we have really been blessed. Besides having these decent, dignified, committed members of the association, financial transparency has never been an issue, and we believe will never be an issue, was never an issue in the past. And so I tell you, my dear brother, that is one of the distinctions, one of the things that really set AFIRA apart from many of our other Liberian or community organizations. Financial transparency has never been an issue. We've raised almost $1 million to undertake all of the projects we've undertaken since our 17 years of existence, and we have had no trouble with anything that has to do with money.
Mine, you say you got calls? Oh, okay. So people calling. Okay.
Where do you call from?
Hello?
Are you getting him?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Archie Wifor. I call from Simenitis in Magibi County.
Okay, make your point. Please mute your monitor.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been following the show and I've been following the activities of AFIRA since its inception. In recent months, we have been looking at the projects that the officials talked about in Cotton Tree, Lower Magibi County. I was there during the dedication program, and I was also there during the groundbreaking for the annex in Cotton Tree. They are doing extremely well. And we from the Firestone Descendants Association and also the Firestone Students Alumni Association have been working along with the Association of Firestone Residents in the Americas, and we appreciate our work very much. When George Warner and the other team, like CMK, visited Liberia, they paid a courtesy call on our organizations here, and they also went on the radio station, the Voice of Firestone, and explained to the public their activities in Liberia. We welcome their developments. We welcome what they are doing to give back to the community because they are all from Firestone. And of course, Cotton Tree is a nearby community to Firestone. The students, the community are very much welcome welcoming their development, and we're taking advantage of it. We're encouraging other people to take advantage of these facilities. As the chairman rightly said, we don't have high school in the Cotton Tree area. And not only Cotton Tree, but nearby Orange Grove can also benefit from the project. And the library project is also going on well. I've been there several times and met with the administrator, and we have been discussing issues, how we can continue to encourage people to visit the library. So we want to thank Africa very much, and we look forward to their convention coming up. We in Liberia may not have the opportunity to get to the United States now to attend the convention, but we will be following activities to ensure that the Africa solidarity remains, and we in Liberia back home, the Firestone area, the Firestone community, will support their effort, and we pray that God will continue to bless them and strengthen them. We know it's cost intensive, but we are with them and want to congratulate them. And as I said, we are following the show from Similarities here in Lower Mangabe County.
All right, thank you. Thank you ever so much for following. All right, thank you.
Yeah, so you can keep your calls. We got the next 25 minutes. So with the officials, you can call and ask them the questions you want to ask. But again, like I said earlier, say what you want to say. But when it comes to Liberian organizations in these Americas, I feel like it's second to none. Like the vice president said, Madam Cecilia Badio, she's just said it clearly. I feel like it's second to none. It's true. It's true because I've never seen where the organization where people you attend and most organizations we part of, you go there is when it comes to the money issue. Just imagine the president said that over the last 10 of 8 or 4 or 6 or 7 years, we are investing more than $1 million into Liberia, and the results are there. You go to the library, it's visible. You see it for yourself. You won't believe it. Everything you think about, laptops, everything you get 24 hours current, everything is there. It's well built, well equipped, and all comes from the membership, the dues paid by members, and the programs we have in Virginia, like what we're having. People raise money every time, pay. It's not an easy thing though, but people are committed because we all you see on this platform. For me, I was born in Firestone, I was raised in Firestone. My neighbor stream is buried in Firestone, and so we owe a lot to Firestone. That's why I know my dad was from Riverside, my mom from Basel, but I always identify with my Gibi because I know where I was born and raised. So I don't identify with Riverside or Basel. I always say my Gibi because we're like one big family there. We all know each other. We went to the same church or the same schools, and we interacted with each other. So forth. So it's a great organization. We encourage people who want to join to come join in Richmond this weekend. Let us come there and make it the best. But Mr. Chairman, so tell us, what some of the good things? I mean, you want to leave for the members, but people who are watching this show, you got 380 person now. Maybe I don't know who on YouTube watching, but those are people who are watching live now. Tell us some people what's some of the good things that Afira has done and continue to do that will encourage people to join Afira.
So I'm glad that you made mention of that. I think I said it in my earlier statement that when you're passionate about something, that can be a motivating factor to help you to do things willingly. All of us on this platform, somebody help us along the line. And I heard you saying about you're born in Habel Hill and stuff like that. I came from Division 1, born in Division 1, raised in Division 1, went to Habel Elementary in 5th grade. Imagine God's being gracious to us to be in the United States. That's the mindset that we have when we gather to say we want to give back to our brothers, because had it not been for God's grace and people mentoring us, would not be where we are. So if you ask me a question, what is it that we're leaving? We're leaving an attitude of humility. We're leaving an attitude of transparency. We're leaving an attitude of accountability, so that when you're in leadership, you're accountable to the people. And I think also I want to share that this organization is not only limited to people from Firestone, it's open to everyone who want to be a part of a organization that is making a difference in Liberia. So to answer your question, Mr. George, is that we are leaving these things that we've learned from people in Firestone, people who have mentored us. We would have said, you know what, we're in America, we don't have to do anything with putting Firestone. But as you says, over 17 years, one of the things that just moved me so much is that all of us on this platform, you being there, Tomalin, and all of us being going back and forth, we pay our own airfare. It is not like some of the organization charging, like I'm going to organization, I need 2,000 to pay my. No, we don't do that. And I'm saying that as a chair because we have to approve of anything that goes through. It has to come through us. Nobody was in there going, so we had to pay their airfare. No, it comes from our pockets. And the passion that we have to do what we're doing. And we're grateful to God that our young brothers and sisters in that area are experiencing. So we're leaving the library, we're leaving the annex, and we are praying and hoping that the leadership that will come on will be able to carry on the legacy that we're leaving. And as I said, this weekend, we are going to empty our pockets and our purses to give back to our brothers and sisters. Thank you, Mr. George.
Mr. D. Gofa Kia, tell us, man. You people don't understand, but I'll say this again, though. I mean, you very when it comes to the project, you're very serious minded person. Even somebody text me they text me and say, "What that other guy? The guy just serious against smile." I said, when it kind of free business, you don't joke. This guy, you don't joke. And if anybody in Liberia who want to do project and think they can cook this guy, no, you really wrong. You can't succeed. He's always on top of his game. He's result oriented. But tell us, man. I mean, honestly, you and your team have done us, magnificent job. I mean, I don't know what we would have been with all you and your team, but so just share some lights about why you are taking us to reach this far. What you have, because and mind you, like the board chairman just said, the members of the officials go to Liberia 2-3 times a year, just for Afira and the interest of Afira. Take time off the business schedule and the personal funds. They buy their own ticket. They rent their own car. They pay for their own lodging and everything at their own expense, just because of the love of Afira. And so share with us what it has been the last time.
So right, the sacrifices across the board. So this year, we had a board chair visiting. We had the president was also in Liberia. The Secretary General, Mr. Sam Garguah, was in Liberia. The Secretary General of the board, Mr. E. Wilmer Jackson, was also in Liberia. The chair on Ways and Means for Afria, Dr. Ben Sanvee, was also in Liberia. There's a chairperson of the board, Mrs. Mary Codigo Tape, was also in Liberia. So it's across the board. So Afira is family oriented. Our concern is giving back. So our folks are extremely committed to this endeavor. And so our prayer, and that's one of the culture of Afira that folks don't understand. Our leaders don't ever go away and wash their hand from the person and say, oh, well, my term is, I'm going to take a back seat. No. When they leave, they become advisors. They guide the process. So since it's a family-based group, because we consider ourselves to be family, we're all born in Firestone. Some of the other folks who are committed, as I earlier indicated, who are developmental oriented, have joined the effort. So we got 3 or 4 members who are developmental oriented, who are part and parcel of the process. So the question there is that we've succeeded because we manage our own resources. We purchase our materials and the contractors will do the work for us. We are not flush capital-wise to dove off money to contractors. The sad thing about the home front, and it must be stated and be stated very clearly, is the tendency for people to inflate prices. The contractors and stuff, the overhead costs, transportation here and there. And so we cut to the chase. We purchase our own materials. You do our job. We pay you. You go your way. We go our way. Our concern is to make sure that we give back quality. Quality work at every level is what we demand of our contractors. And so we've done we've done great work going forward. That has been the mantra for our FIRA project committee. Whatever project our FIRA is undertaking, we get a directive from the executive with the approval of the AB. We get to work. The contractor will be called in and will explain it in clear-cut detail. We're not giving you our money to buy no material. We will pay you for the work, the services you're rendering. We will purchase our own material. When all material you need, give us the listing. We'll purchase the material from the vendor, and the materials will be delivered so you'll be able to do the work that's required of you. And so that has been the level to which we've gone. We constructed the library in that same framework, and the annex, as you currently reviewing, that's the same way we're constructing the annex. So again, let me state here for the record, our finance, the guy who have been very, very instrumental in having our finances have been Brother Lacade, Joe Lacade, have been our go-to guy in Liberia, who has the full custody of all of our capitals. Thanks to Brother Gongloe, who is the administrator for the library, and he's also very instrumental in making sure that whatever material is delivered is the material that's put onto the building. We don't want our cement bag walking out. We don't want our steel rod walking out. We don't want our sand being shipped in bags and stuff. So Brother Bono have been there to make sure that all of those efforts and things yield some fruit. So, Brother George, that's how we've managed this process, where it has been a team effort. So it's just not me, because the project committee is a team. So if I'm not calling, my other members are calling and making sure that on a daily basis things get done. Of the annex and the full operation of the library.
Wow. So guys, we have a few more minutes. I know I would like for you guys to just give your parting comments and to share anything that have not been said or questions that have not been asked. You want to share with the public, with the people that are watching the show live. People watching it's on the radio in Liberia right now. True FM Radio is live on the radio, and as you guys are live and on YouTube and everything. So just get your parting comments, and whatever needs to be said is all yours.
Thank you so much again, my dear boss. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So let me say thanks to Mr. George and the Closing Acumen family for giving us the opportunity to be on this evening, and to our listening audience who have been graciously listening to us. I believe somebody will ask a question: why are you guys investing in library and in annex? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Education is a way of helping you out of poverty, or one of the ways of helping you, if I may say. Because all of us, including Tomalin, myself, and Daniel, and Sam, and all those listening, all of us were from Firestone. If our parents did not encourage us to go to school and learn, and we didn't have mentors in our lives, people to mentor us to be disciplined, we'll not be where we are. So my message to our brothers and sisters, be it here in the United States and all those listening in Liberia, I'm urging you to take your education very serious. We're investing because we know that this is a lasting thing that can help you to get out of abject poverty. I just share my story. I was born, in those of you who are familiar with Firestone, I was born in Division 1. And my dad did not know A to B. He was not led to, but he encouraged me to go to school. And I'm so grateful that he did. And so when we go to this convention, I'm serious about it. My wife and I, we give, and all of us give. because we want you to take. So my brothers and sisters, our little brothers and sisters, those who are taking advantage of, please be serious with school and take advantage of it. This fast lane of life is not the end to everything. Please go to school. That's what I want to end with tonight. Go to school and learn something. And when we learn something, the better our country will be, the better our world will be. I ask you all to do that in the name of God. Thank you very much for having us this evening. It's good to be here.
That's the advisory board chairman for the Association of Firestone Residents in Americas, the Reverend George Warner, and he's based in Richmond, Virginia, and they will be hosting the 2025 reunion and convention, which starts on Friday. Next person we hear from the man called D. Gongloe II.
So, Brother George, thank you so much for having us this evening. As the boss already stated, thanks to the Closing Argument family for giving us this airtime. Let me use this time to express my gratitude to all of the folks in Region 1 who have done an excellent job in preparing for this coming weekend. Let me also express my thanks and appreciation to all of my members on the project committee. I know our 10U ends this weekend, but I want to express my gratitude to all of them for the tireless effort. And as the new team comes in, our prayer and hope, we will fully work with them, cooperate with them, and try and make sure that things are done. Finally, let me express my gratitude to the leadership, to Chairman Warner and the board. Thanks to all of you for, what is quite interesting about Afura before I close here and terminate. For every penny that you request, you must be able to give a concrete evidence for the purpose of which that fund is intended for. And that's the kind of accountability that I like. If I request some money, don't just dove it out to me. Ask me what is it intended for and request for the evidence to the effect that how that money was used and what was intended for in terms of accountability. So thanks to Reverend Warner and the advisory board. And then to the president and outgoing team, thank you so much. I've been a great ride for the last 4 years working with this team. They will go down in the annals of history as one of the greatest leadership team of Africa. Let me end on that note. So thank you so much. We look forward to seeing all of our brothers and sisters this weekend in Richmond. Let's make it happen. Let's continue to give back to our brothers and sisters. God bless.
That's the project man, the project guy, but he also a member of the planning committee, D. Gongloe II. And then we down here from the national president, my own brother Samuel S.S. Kier, one of the greatest orators of our time. You won't hear this guy making speech, man. He will. Yes, he's one of the greatest orators of our time. Brother Kier.
Thank you so much, my dear brother and friend. As you know, my other two members and officials have alluded to, thank you so much, Brother George, for affording us this platform to market and advertise Afira and the Great Firestone Get Together coming this weekend in Richmond, Virginia. I want to also extend my deep debt of gratitude to the Closing Argument family. And you can't afford to miss this Firestone gathering. Please, if you have not concluded your travel arrangements, please do it today. Though we have 3 more days to hand over to a new leadership, we are very, very, very satisfied. And we know, like I said from the beginning, every one member of FIRA has the competence, the knowledge, the skills, the ability to lead the association. So Afira will be in good hands. But since this is, again, one of my last opportunities as the leader, I have to, and I crave your indulgence, Mr. Moderator, I must express my deep depth of gratitude to all of the members of Afira, all of the members, each and every one. There's no one person that is more Firestonian than the other. All of what we've achieved together over the last 4 years have only been possible because of the alignment of mind and the commitment we have to give back to our community. So it's been a continuity. Let me thank the past leadership. Let me thank Region 1 that is going to host us this coming weekend. We have ongoing projects. The moderator has displayed that the honors is ongoing. We have to complete that project. We have other projects that we must undertake. But we want to thank all of our collaborators. I was very delighted to hear from my friend Ajiwi Brown. I'm very, very happy that the Firestone School System Alumni Association has also come alongside with us, FEDA, and all of our collaborators, all of our supporters, all of our well-wishers. We thank you for all of the support over the last 4 years. But let me part with this. Many of you might know or might not know that the motto of our association, the mantra, the core value is the hands and the hearts of a few can change the lives of many. And we believe that since the existence of AFIRA, we've been living up to that mantra. So please come one, come all, come to Richmond, Virginia this weekend. Let's make some decisions. It's the highest decision-making body of our association. It's a national convention. We'll chart the course for the next 1 year, but we need to raise some money. We need to collaborate. And in the words of one of our founding members, every time the children of Firestone get together, it is incumbent upon us to make it bigger and better. So come one, come all. I thank all of you for all of the support over the years. I will have the opportunity in the business meeting again to extend my gratitude. But my dear brother and friend, my childhood friend, my classmate, thank you for availing us this platform. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the marketing, advertising. The Great Firestone get-together is this weekend. We are beginning on Friday. The meet and greet. We're going to have the business meeting on Saturday. We're going to have the dinner and ball. We're going to have the cook-out and the farewell barbecue. And we will have an erudite scholar. Dr. Patrick Taylor will be our keynote speaker. Please come and listen to words of wisdom. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my brother. God bless.
And listeners, I know Liberian people will let politics be, but let me tell you something. After now, we don't do politics there, but I tell you though, I can say, if any Afro official ever decide to run for office in that country, trust me, you have one of the best, Liberia will have the best leadership ever. Because these are people who are committed, they are people of integrity, they are transparent. You don't hear no issue about corruption, about misappropriation, nothing you hear among the Afro people. I always tell people, maybe the day you give a son or daughter of Firestone a chance to lead Liberia, Liberia will be the best country ever. But again, we'll see you guys in Richmond. It's been a pleasure spending this segment with you guys. And we look forward to meeting in Richmond in the next 7 to 8 hours or so. Yes. Guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. God bless. Safe travels, everybody.
Okay. Okay, folks, shortly we'll be joining the rest of the other crew for the regular closing argument show for today. So get ready as we get set up. So Myean, let's get ready for the next show, right?
Yes.